Welcome to another exciting episode of the Butcher's Market Steak of the Month Club. This month we're going to be visiting one of my favorite steaks, the Manhattan steak. If you love New York strip, you're going to love this one. One of my favorite things to do to any steak is to increase that surface area, and a great way to do that is to use a sharp knife and just scruff the surface area, creating more nooks and crannies for caramelization. So let's go ahead and scruff both of these steaks, both these Manhattan steaks, on all sides. Next, we need to season these beauties up. Let's go ahead and pick any steak seasoning you like from the Butcher's Market. They got plenty of great ones to choose from, and just make sure you're coating each side. Sometimes I like to use this little method where you kind of rub the steak into the seasoning, into the board, really to get into those nooks and crannies. Now let's make sure we've got a high heat pan. I like to use cast iron because it holds onto that heat so well. Today we're doing this on a Kamado Joe grill over charcoal, but you could just as easily do this inside on your range or in your oven. So we've got a hot pan. I'm roughly at 450 degrees, and let's get a nice sear on each side. Don't worry about time here. We're looking for color and caramelization. So if it's a little hotter, it's gonna happen faster. If you're a little lower and slower, it's gonna happen a little slower. So let's go ahead and get that nice caramelization. Now that we're caramelized on all the sides, let's go ahead and dump in our chopped onions and our tomatoes. We're gonna let those kind of sear up inside that pan. I find a fantastic side for this is gonna be the green beans and almonds. One of my favorite combinations of all time: steak, onions, tomatoes, green beans, almonds. Fantastic. One of the beauties of this is that we're actually cooking the tomatoes and onions in the rendered fat from the steaks. They're getting that nice fat cap seasoning going on, so everything in that pan is melding together. It's gonna be a beautiful dish. Let's go ahead and move that bed of tomatoes and onions all across the bottom and set our steaks on top and let them come to an internal temperature of about 130 degrees. This is the point in the recipe where we're either gonna close our dome if we're outside on the grill, or we're gonna throw it into the oven. Again, I said 450 degrees, but we want that 360 radiant heat to finish this dish. We want the caramelization, the heating of the green beans, and the cooking the steak all to happen at the same time. We're probably looking at about 15 to 20 minutes here. Last thing I like to do is top it off with a little zippy W sauce. This is a fun, almost Worcestershire style sauce that just brings everything up. It's an amplifier. Mix that around a little bit. Now let's go ahead and bring everything off the grill or out of the oven. We're gonna let these steaks rest for a couple of minutes. Go ahead and transfer those caramelized onions with the W sauce and the tomatoes onto the plate. I'm gonna make a little mohawk here. Now we're gonna slice that steak and go ahead and top the caramelized onions and tomatoes. Look at that, just stunning internal temperature, nice crust. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Let's take those green beans that have been nice and heated up. The Butcher's Market makes it super simple for you. All this is coming together with ease. Look at that. I like to make a taco with my Manhattan steak and my W sauce caramelized onions and tomato. That's just so fun. The steak looks fantastic. Everything, the accoutrement, oh, I almost forgot my green bean in there. Lovely. You know, the Butcher's Market makes it super simple for you. Thanks for hanging out for another exciting episode of the Butcher's Market Steak of the Month. See you next month.